Shall we get started with this amazing game of freaking football? Oh my god, another 6-1, another 6-1. It's definitely not what I expected, but oh, what a game of football. We saw absolutely everything today. I'm talking about, we saw penalties, we saw controversies, we saw penalty being saved, we saw headers, we saw, I don't know, the best team goal I probably have ever seen in my life. We've seen absolutely everything, and in this video, we'll talk about it all, so let's get started with it. What's going on, guys? ¿Cómo están? Boys here, welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today, Barcelona just beat Sevilla 6-1 in the second leg of the quarterfinal tie in La Copa del Rey to get our team into the semi-finals, and it was probably the best way to have done it. We just didn't only put an amazing performance on the Camp Nou, but we did it in such a fashion that there's absolutely no one in this earth that can be mad with what we saw today, and no media outlet, no stupid reporters can say that Barcelona were not at their finest today, because they light up every single part in Spain, I think, tonight, every single part in the world with what they did today. They just roasted Sevilla in a manner that I have never seen before done. Probably this and the other game against Sevilla in the last final of La Copa del Rey just indicate how good can this team be in the national competition. So let's get started, shall we? And the very first goal came from a penalty kick that was given to Coutinho due to a foul that Quincy Promes made on Lionel Messi, and it happened in the 30th minute, which is a very good thing, because obviously when you want to come back on any game, any type of game, beat any competition, you want it to happen as soon as possible, because that just sets the tempo on your team, that just gives the motivation in your own side, and then the other opposing team are gonna feel the pressure. They're gonna be scared, they're gonna be kind of like thinking about, oh no, they're really going to do it, and that's when they start committing mistakes, and that is what we saw from Sevilla later on. But this goal was put in an amazing fashion by Coutinho, which needed this goal to come back from also a personal frustration that he has been having in the last few days. And I feel that today every single Barcelona fan out there can agree that Coutinho did a very good step into the right direction to get out of this situation. Now we have to see how he continues from this game onwards, but today he gave it absolutely all. A 9 out of 10 performance for Coutinho in my eyes in this game. And you just can see the mistakes that he created and the effect that he had on Sevilla, because after that, the Sevilla defense were completely taken apart by one of the best passes of this season. Arthur Melo, what an amazing player have we had, an absolute bargain. And this guy is certainly now the heir to the throne of Xavi Hernandez, because that pass was insane. I mean, you could just see it in slow-mo going through 6 different players, cutting through the midfield, cutting through the defense, 2 lines, and then finding Ivan Rakitic at the end of it. And Rakitic just needed to put a very subtle touch. I don't know if that was his intention, but at the end of the day, Ivan Rakitic still progressing, and still at this day, with an amazing year he's had, all of those games he has played, he still delivers. So amazing from both of our center midfielders. And can we highlight Soriano, that was just left for dead after that touch. So yeah, that was the second goal. And now, before moving into the third goal, I want to talk about the moment where I believe Ernesto Valverde won this game, because I feel that it was just a very big thing that not too many people were going to notice, so I would definitely want to mention in this game. If you could see for, I think, the probably first 30 minutes of this game, of this match, Sergi Busquets was playing in the role of Arthur. He was playing in that kind of like attacking left midfielder role, and not in his usual CDM. And why was this? Well, it was because Ever Banega was always on point on him, and therefore the whole play of Barcelona started from Arthur Melo coming a little bit more inside, and then getting the ball directly from our center backs and driving it forward. Sevilla think that Busquets was going to be the guy that was going to do that today, but no, in this game it was Arthur. And Arthur just being a little bit more young, more athletic, being more agile. He was easily one of the best players I've seen do this. 1-2 passes and then getting the pressure out of it. Sevilla were not at all aggressive in this game because they couldn't touch our players. Arthur especially, the guy that created every single chance, basically. It started with him. He was just doing quick passes to Rakitic, to Busquets, carrying the ball that he got from the center backs. And by far, he was one of our best players today. But there's one guy which I feel that needs to give a lot of credit to this guy, because for me, he changed the entirety of this round. And that guy for me was Jasper Cillessen. I apologize first of all by doing it not in a chronological order, but I think that this was the moment for me to mention it. And you know, when Jasper Cillessen saved that penalty kick from Sevilla, which in all honesty, it was a penalty. There was a touch underneath in the heel, in the back heel of Roque Mesa, where Piqué just completely cut him off. There was a touch there, so it was a penalty. Then the decision came into VAR, because we don't know what was going to happen, because it could see that Roque Mesa was a little bit offside, so that could be another big point to discuss. But I think that all in all, fair enough, give the penalty to Sevilla. But then Jasper Cillessen step up, and a penalty kick which in all honesty, Ever Banega did a little bit wrong, because he just was so announced, you know. You could see for a mile away that he was gonna shoot to that bottom right corner, and that was he did, and then just Cillessen saved it. But I feel that this moment was the moment in which Barcelona just shifted the entirety of this round and put it on their favor, because Sevilla just could see that this is going to be one of those nights, isn't it, that we are going to lose at the Camp Nou once again. And Barcelona were like, you know what, the comeback is just getting started. Jasper Cillessen pull up that crucial moment, that vital save that kept Barcelona in the tie, because one goal would have shifted completely what Barcelona saw today. We could see a completely different game at the end of the first half, and then in the second half anything could have happened. So I believe that this for me was in the pivotal moment in which Barcelona won this tie. Some stats that I want to put out there to reinforce this point is that Ever Banega has never missed a penalty kick with Sevilla in his career, so this is a very big thing. And on the other hand, this is only the third save that Jasper Cillessen has made in his career, so it means a lot that he pulled it out today. You know, he was waiting for that card in there and he put it out in the right moment, so good job for Jasper Cillessen, which for me was the man of the match just because how much that pivotal moment mattered. And well, then Barcelona just played a little bit more free and came there for the third goal from Philippe Coutinho with a header. Not something you'll see every single day. Once again, very good play from a midfield, delivered into the Uruguayan Luis Suarez, and then he puts a very good first touch cross into Philippe Coutinho, and then Philippe Coutinho the movement to get into that ball, and then the number 7 just slots into the back of the net. For me, that moment, that goal, it's the one that's going to change, completely unlock and liberate Coutinho from this frustration he's been having. He's going to gain that much confidence from this very, very important goal. And you can just see it from the way that he played after this one. He just moved so freely in the field. So for me, this situation is hopefully over. The fourth goal then came very, very rapidly, and this was from Sergi Roberto. And this for me, we have to really show out there what I mentioned in my preview, and that is that Sergi Roberto, on moments like this, he just becomes the extra player with a lot of passion inside him, because the way he just ran, giving that pass into Messi, and then continue running, knowing that there's 3 players between him and Lionel Messi in such a small, tight space. He just keep running, because he knew that Messi was gonna get the ball to him somewhere, one way or another. It was gonna get to Sergi Roberto, and he knew it. So very good as well from Sergi Roberto. The runs this guy does, it's outstanding. And for games like this where you just need spirit, you need passion, he will always be there to deliver. And well, having said that, that's when Sevilla had this sort of kind of like renaissance, that kind of like resurgence, and they came back and with a zapatazo, un zambombazo, really, a missile of a left foot from Arana, their left back, and into the back of the net. After a bad deliverance from Jasper Cillessen, I feel that that's where really that moment just changed. Our defense was a little bit caught out of position, and that's where Sevilla managed a very good goal. In all honesty, it was a great goal. But then the pressure was once again on our field, where Barcelona going to try and defend the lead, where they're going to go all out to sentence it once again by getting another goal. And I feel that that's where a moment we kind of went into a stalemate. Barcelona didn't know whether to attack or whether to defend. And well, some food for thought is that before that goal from Arana, there was a clear handball from Sergi Gomez or Daniel Carrizo. I'm not really sure which one was it, but it was a very clear handball. But I feel this situation is where VAR and its rules has to come into place. They have to be judged because the rule says that if something like happened at VAR, you just need to let the play go. But what happens if the play then results in a goal, like happened with Sevilla? After that game, you could see the referee talking back again to the VAR squad back in Madrid, and they were talking all over. Were they gonna just go back and then disallow the goal from Sevilla and give a penalty to Barcelona? That would have seemed like a really, really douchey move, really. Or were they just gonna leave the goal for Sevilla? So I think that at the end of the day, the good decision, the right decision is to continue giving the ball, the goal to Sevilla. If they're not gonna, cancel it at the very first time where there's a handball, just let it go. But I feel that it has to be reviewed because that rule doesn't make sense. Because like we saw today, what happens if it ends up in a goal? But that wasn't a problem that mattered for Barcelona for too long, because we saw then a goal from Luis Suarez, a very good counter-attack from Barcelona, like from the Luis Enrique days, really. It was boom, 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 2 touches, 3 touches, and then into the back of the net. Really good Jordi Alba putting all over through the 18-yard box into Luis Suarez, and then Luis Suarez just doing his own thing, blasting it to the back of the net. And now before leaving, guys, I gotta talk about the final goal. And this goal is up there with my top 5 goals I've ever seen in my life, really. This goal was absolutely it defied Barcelona. It meant absolutely everything, all the values that this club has. Because it was outstanding teamwork from our guys. What a golazo, really. Like, first of all, we see Luis Suarez in the corner kick, okay? He stops it and then he passes it on to Jordi Alba just to try of like deflect it away from our box, Jordi Alba then waits a little bit. He stands still and then he waits for 1, 2, 3 seconds waiting for the run of Aleñá. He waits there, In football, it's not about always being fast. You have to wait for the perfect moment. And this reminds me a lot to what he did as well for that goal against Real Madrid in the last minutes at the Bernabeu, the 3-2 victory that Barcelona got at the Bernabeu. He waited as well. He waited, and then he put on the perfect pass at the perfect moment. And that is something that not too many people can do. Not too many people see that how important that can be. But well, Jordi Alba has it. And then he passes it on to Carlos Aleñá, our canterano, our own guy through our ranks from El Masia. He grabs the ball, he drives it forward, he looks onto Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi just whips it all past through the entire of the midfield into Arturo Vidal. Arturo Vidal, strong as ever, stops the ball, passes it all over to, if I'm not wrong, was it Luis Suarez, and then into Gerard Piqué, and then back again to Luis Suarez, then to Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba puts a back heel into Gerard Piqué, but no, Lionel Messi comes out of nowhere and then finishes it for the final goal. Like, oh my God, what an outstanding goal. It began with Luis Suarez, it almost finished with him, and then, well, we saw it finishing with Lionel Messi. Oof. Was one of the best goals I've seen in my life, really. That goal was just like to put your hand off your head and be like, am I really watching this? Is it real life right now? It was such an amazing goal to see. But guys, now I want to hear out there in the comment box down below. Tell me which is your favorite moment of this match. There are very, very crucial moments and so many out there that I'm just going to see, I feel, a lot of comments today. I want to leave every single person watching this video, leave a comment down below which was your favorite moment from this game. Please, guys, please. There's so much to see and I don't want to miss it out on anything. So now, guys, hopefully you have enjoyed. Please remember to drop us a like and leave us a subscribe. Turn on the bell notification icon, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Ciao.